All right, hey, so I wanted to do a quick little something for low back. If you're walking around, you feel like your low back can't take it anymore, it's about to snap, but you don't have time to do a lot of something. Just wanted to show you a couple quick little exercises you could add into the morning, the night, the middle of the day, whatever feels good. In general, low back tends to be a postural issue most of the time, an anatomical issue, how you're standing, what you're doing, and also an abdominal weakness. So the stronger your abs get, happier your low back is. It can also have a lot to do with the hips. So we're going to do a couple quickies just so your low back doesn't break in half before you have time to actually exercise it. Good. So just come start on all fours. Nice and simple work here. Good. You're just going to rock forward towards your fingertips. And then as you rock back, I want you to round the spine, drop the chin. Oh my gosh, and sit towards your heels. Even that is a tremendous stretch. Inhale. Straighten out the spine. Exhale, round it. And sit back. So as contracted as you can be, like you were just punched in the stomach, that's where you want to be. Inhale shifts you forward. Just come to a straight spine, nothing too crazy. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Take your time. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Good. Come back to all fours. You're going to drop toes in, knees open, not as wide as your mat. Kind of split the difference. Take a seat back. Reach your arms forward. Just a nice, gentle, extended child's pose. So for this one, let the elbows melt down. Let your forehead rest and just sink for a moment. Little rock side to side if you need. Do what feels good to you. Let the forehead rest. Play around, see what feels good. So here you're getting a lot of hip compression, maybe some abdomen compression, depending on where the belly is resting, in or on the thighs. The more you can relax the toes, enjoy melting into the hips, and with your exhales, just heavying your butt bones backwards. Keep the breath slow and deep. Good. Perfect. You're going to lift your head up just slightly and start to walk your hands off of your mat towards the left. So right hand will probably be on your mat, left hand will be off your mat, and then you're going to melt your head down. So now we're starting to get into the side body. But what I really want you to think about is as if someone's hand was on the right back of your pelvis, pressing it back in space. So instead of lifting up and shifting to the left, you're getting really heavy on the right side. Good. One more breath here. Perfect. Gently lift the head up. You're going to do the same thing to the right. Walk, walk, walk. Left hand is going to go on the mat now. Right hand will spread off of the mat wherever feels good. Forehead is going to rest down. If you want a little bit more action into the neck, you can rest the left ear down and gaze right. Heavy that left hip back. Again, imagine someone's hand pulling it back in space. So we didn't rock right. We're even still in between both butt bones. Good, good, good. Lift the head. Come back to neutral. This time, you're going to stay sitting back in your heels like you have been. I want you to walk your fingers as far forward as they can go. Press your hands into the ground and now drag your shoulders back. So you're getting really active through the neck. Let the belly just hang for now. Take your gaze forward. Keep looking forward as you're melting the chest down. So you might not be able to get the chest to the ground. I know I certainly can't, but I want you to think of wrapping soft part of the elbows up, pointy part of the elbows down. So you're wrapping in the shoulders. Breathe out, pull the shoulders back. Keep the gaze forward and slowly draw a line straight down in front of you until you get to the ground. When you get to the ground, see the tip of your mat. As you see the tip of your mat, start to walk your eyes back towards your fingers. You're walking right in between your thumbs with your gaze. You're spinning your elbows up. Gaze walks back towards the forearms, towards the soft part of the elbows. Forehead is starting to land towards the ground as your gaze walks back, back, back in space. Your neck is long. See if you can walk your fingers even more forward. Pull your shoulders back in space. Good. So a nice little shoulder stretch while we're opening the low back. As you're ready, big exhale is going to melt your forehead down. Keep reaching your fingers forward. So give your back more space, more space, more space. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Spread it out. The heavier you can get in your hips, the better. The more active you can get in your arms, the better. Just breathe. One more here. Good. Gently shift yourself forward back to those all fours. Ooh. Give your legs a chance to release, especially those knees. So just reach back. Perfect. Back to that same movement we did before, but we're going to add in a cow pose. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift up, let the belly hang, pull the wrist back. So now we're deeper into the low back. As you exhale, full cat. Press the shoulder blades apart. Sit back towards your heels. Good. Snake it through. Inhale. Exhale. Sit back in space. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. You should already feel, I know my low back feels a ton more open. Perfect. Come back to all fours. Walk your knees together to touch. I want you to sit back on your heels. Good. And this is your choice. Either forehead can rest down on the ground, or you can plant one palm on top of the other and rest your forehead down. This is a lot of pressure into the abdomen. That's what we're looking for, but a lot of space for the low back. If this feels truly ridiculously uncomfortable, it should be a little challenging to breathe. But if you're like, something feels wrong, it doesn't feel right, something's not right. So let the knees open just slightly and let your abdomen fall in between your legs. Depending upon how far you are postpartum, all that pressure on the abdomen might not feel really good yet. So please be careful. And especially if you're dealing with a C-section scar, if you're feeling any pinching, we don't want that. Open those legs up, let the belly just hang. A couple more breaths. If you have one palm on top of the other, just take a moment, switch out which palm. The forehead's on the ground, just stay there. Maybe wrap the shoulders. Your arms can reach back behind you if that feels better to you. Your arms can just rest beside you for support if that feels better. Really, anything goes here. Last little bit, just letting the low back release. Last breath. Good. Shift yourself forward back to all fours. Last time, let the legs go. Good. Come to a nice tall seat, whichever way feels good to you. Legs can be wherever, doesn't matter to me. Hands through, heart center. Breathe in, sit up tall. Breathe out, chin to chest. Say thank you. Mean it to yourself for having patience with your body, patience with this process. You did it. That's it. So this video you can do anytime you want, that little bit of stretch through the low back, but it's also more meant to be if any of those exercises made sense to you or spoke to you, and that's something that you can legitimately squeeze in every morning, afternoon before you take a nap. Hopefully you're getting to take a nap. At night before you go to bed. Breathing's the key. If you can sit in it for at least 5 breaths, that's where you want to be. That's the sweet spot to really let everything go. If you can do all of them, great. That movement usually feels really good. So getting the spine sort of moving and opening, and then find whichever posture feels better to settle into you, or do this video as much as you can, is great as well. So I hope your low back feels a little better, a little healthier, a little more open. And we're going to keep working on everything else. I'll see you soon. Bye.